Hello, welcome back to the channel. My name is Morgan, and today we're going to talk about genetics and biology. Step 1. What do you already know about genetics? What can you imagine when you listen to the word genetics? Pause the video and think about it. Yes, genetics is related to our DNA and information. It is a study of heredity. Heredity is a passing of traits from one generation to the next. So my heredity is from my parents, and your heredity would be from your parents. So where genes can be found? So genes can be found in the cells of your body, especially in chromosomes. Chromosome is made up of two chromatid, which is one stick and another stick. If it pairs each other, we call it chromosome. And the center of the pair, we call it centromere. So it looks like X, so it's more likely to draw as an X, but with the wings in it. Also, there is a kind of unique feature for the chromosome. It's sex chromosome. Females have XX chromosome, but males have XY chromosome. This is the factor that divide the female and male. The second picture is showing the DNA and the chromosome in the DNA. DNA is like a really small thing in our body. As you can see, chromosome is even smaller than DNA. Here, DNA is a genetic material. So just keep in mind that DNA is a genetic material and really important information factor for the genetics. Next is about base pair of DNA. In DNA, there are 4 types of base. We also call it nucleotide. 4 bases are A, T, C, and G. A stands for adenine, T stands for thymine, C stands for cytosine, G stands for guanine. So, as you can see, A pairs up with T and C pairs up with G, always. This is just a rule. We call it Chargaff rule, but you don't need to know the name for now. Just remember that A pairs with T and C pairs with G. As you can see the molecule here, the yellow one beside the ATCG bases, we call it phosphate backbone. It's formed the structure of DNA. Step 2. How are genes passed down? Actually, the gene is passed down by mom's egg and dad's sperm. Those two meet together and the baby cells are mated. So in sperm there are dad's 23 chromosomes, and in egg there are mom's 23 chromosomes. So it combined together to create a 46 chromosome and in embryo, which is you. Step 3. How to find the probability of genes you could inherit. So to learn about the probability, you need to learn 3 keywords. First, dominant allele. Second, recessive allele. Third, Punnett square. First, let's talk about allele. What's allele? According to the dictionary, allele is a variation of the same sequence of nucleotides at the same place on a long DNA molecule. But isn't it so complicated? So, in easy way, allele is the thing, that DNA sequence occurring at the particular gene locus. Gene locus is a part of the DNA, and we call it the same part in the homologous chromosome. And homologous chromosome is shown in the below picture photo, and the red and blue part is the gene locus, and we also call it gene alleles. So dominant allele is a type of gene shown as a physical trait if it is included at least once in your genetic system. So it means that if you have at least one, it will show on you. Of course, if you have 2, it will definitely show on you. But even though you have 1 and other, the dominant allele's physical trait will show on your physical body. However, recessive allele is a type of gene that won't show as a physical trait unless you don't have a dominant allele. So it means if you have one recessive allele and one dominant, the recessive allele trait won't show on you because dominant will show on you. However, it will show if you have two recessive and no dominant. Next is about the Punnett square. So how do we create Punnett square? Punnett square is required to calculate the probability. So as you can see in the middle of the screen, the Punnett square is made of it's similar to the table. We put the top row as a father's genotype and the column as a mother's genotype. So we'll say large R and small r for the father's genotype and large R for mother's genotype. By writing in each length and each base, we can find the probability of the gene inherit. So in this case, large R, the probability that large R gene can inherit is 50% because it's 2 out of 4. And also, the gene large R and small r's probability is also 50% because it's 2 over 4. So let's try one. If dad's genotype is large B and small b, and mom's genotype is 2 small b's, draw the Punnett square. Pause the video and try it by yourself. Great, the answer is this. So the father's genotype, which is large B and small b, goes in the top of the row, and mother's genotype, 2 small b's, goes to a column. And you matches each other to complete the Punnett square. So this is all about the basic information about genetics and information. It is very simple and brief. It was a very simple and brief overview of biology of genetics, but there are a lot of complicated rules or complicated information about it. So isn't it very interesting to learn about your body and how it created? So if you want to learn about more information, you can search it up in a YouTube, simply inheritance or information biology, or you can also go to Khan Academy and search it up. So this was the session about the genetics and biology. I hope you guys enjoyed, and please come back to keep on track with math or other biology video. Thank you.